go, nice 2-pound bass on the Obalus Baitcaster Pro. There you go. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are on behalf of Obalus Baitcaster fishing reels. We're gonna do a course on it's a 5-step course on how to set your reel up and understanding the reel, how it works, and how to cast it. So we're gonna be doing a 5-video course on this. We're gonna start out with understanding the parts of your baitcaster reel, and that's part 1. And then part 2, we're doing setting up your baitcaster reel for the first time user. And then we're going to go over the anti-braking systems and anti-backlash, how to set up your reel so you don't have them annoying backlashes, casting techniques, and then retrieving and handling fish. So it's going to be a 5-part course. This obviously is part 1, and I'm just going to go through the parts of the Obalus reel and show you what they are, how it all works, so you're more familiar with the reel. Okay, first let me introduce myself and who I am. I'm John from John Gunner Outdoors YouTube channel. How I became affiliated with Obalus, and some want to call it, and I did too, Obalus, but we're gonna go with Obalus reels. But who I am, I think I did one of the first reviews on the Obalus reels, and took them out fishing, did the long casts, set them up the way I like them, and just to show that they're actually a pretty decent reel. Now, I had no idea when I first bought them how they would be, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. And since that video, Obalus has contacted me to the point to where pretty much all my gear now, with the exception of my rods, I do have some Obalus rods. I haven't done a lot of fishing with them. My son and I have taken them out a few times, but we plan on doing a full review on that as well, to show you how their compact fishing rods, how they feel, how they work, how they catch fish, how they fight fish. So I'm John Gunner, and how I got my start in fishing. My grandfather obviously taught me how to fish years and years and years ago, and I started fishing tournaments. I started fishing for fun, obviously, when I was young, but started fishing bass tournaments and muskie tournaments back when I was in my 20s, back in the late 80s and early 90s. I fished a lot of tournaments, and became Angler of the Year for my local federation. Back then it was Bass Federation. Became Angler of the Year for that. Won one muskie tournament, placed 2nd and 3rd in 2 others. Did not do a lot of muskie tournaments, but there was a particular lake that I really liked that I could do well on, so I fished it. And then I worked in the outdoor industry for, boy, up to 20 years. And what I did was did a lot of hunting, archery, fishing, repping, going to different shows and such to show people how to use things, how to best do their performance, if you want to say it that way, how to best perform in their certain situations. So I have some experience fishing. Not a pro by any means, but I've learned a lot in my many years. And Obalus reels, like I said, I did a review on them, boy, it's almost 3 years ago now. And some of their newer reels, and even the standard, which I believe they're calling this one the Carbonite now, but they do have the Obalus name on there. And this reel has become a mainstay. It's primarily my frogging reel right now, and my son uses one as well. So, but we're gonna go through this reel, show you how it works in the parts. So let's start off with part 1. Since you know me a little bit better now and know my experiences, and let's start with part 1 of this video. Okay, part one of the video is understanding your baitcaster reel. So, majority of you have gotten the 8-to-1 reel. Like I said, I believe they're calling it the carbonite reel now, and has Obalus's name on the side. And obviously, you have your handle, which has like a neoprene grips on it, which makes it really nice to hold and to cast and stuff. It's not a cranking handle, but it is kind of oversized compared to some of your old school reels, and even some of the newer ones. And so then on the side here, you have your drag. So, and it clicks, so you can tighten her up and loosen it. And it's easy reach, so if you're fighting the fish, you can reach up and pull that back with your thumb to loosen the drag up as you see fit. Then you have your spool tension knob, which is right here. Turn that in, it's going to tighten the spool, and let's get the spool loose. So I can spin it, but it's tight. Then I can loosen this up a little bit, and then spin it, and it spins free. So just to show you how that all works, that's a spool tension, and that's going to be critical in how you set up your reel, because as you'll see, I believe it's in part 2, setting up your reel. Me personally, I rarely use the magnetic brakes on my reels at all. I like doing it all through the spool tension knob. So you got your guide up here in the front of the reel, and that's a worm gear underneath here, and that is what goes back and forth and layers your line onto the reel. And then your thumb drag, or thumb bar, I'm sorry, click that down, that opens up the bail, and then when you turn your handle, it goes up and locks the reel, so the line reels in. And so the spool, it's aluminum anodized spool. You can take the side plate and you can turn it just like that, and then pop that off. There's your magnets that are inside there. Then you take your spool out, and so this is a spool, aluminum anodized. It's a nice balanced spool. Got brass gears on the inside of a reel too. I do have a video where I did take my reels apart for cleaning, and I can possibly link it or just put it, just have to look through my playlist and you'll see the teardowns of my reels. These are the magnets, and there is a sealed ball bearing inside the side plate here. Gives it a nice smooth casting. Then you just put that right back on the side, get it lined up, and it goes in place. Turn it, and it locks back in place. So, and then you got your magnetic control on this side. Goes 0 to 10, and what that does is it brings the magnets. It'll bring these magnets closer to the spool, therefore slowing the spool down. And the magnetic control, like I said, I don't use it a lot. I'll show you how to use it, but I don't use it a lot. I prefer my reels to be set up the way I personally like them. Like I said, I'm not a pro, just an average fisherman like you are, but we're going to show you how to set the reel up so hopefully it performs best for you. So that's the basics of the reel, and of course you got your plate on the bottom here to attach to your rod. And so we'll go through setup on the next video. These are going to be short videos, and just how to set up your baitcaster reel. And like I said, this is Obalus contacted me, asked me if I could do this for them. I totally agreed, and it helps my channel a little bit too. But I want you, and Obalus wants you, to trust their reels and become a better fisherman. And remember, you can use code word gunner when you're ordering the Obalus reels, and hopefully, if you already have the reel, you've used my discount, you will get 10% off, or you can order through the description. I'll leave a link in the description of the video, and you can go through that way too and get 10% off. So hopefully this helps you understand the reel a little bit. I have not had any problems with these reels. I had, to be honest, had one that needed a little bit of oil, but like I said, the oil part, I don't think I have my oil out right now, but when you take the spool out, you put a little drop of oil there, a little drop of oil here, maybe a little bit on the bearing, and that takes care of any issues. So, and again, you can take these spools out, put the side plate back on, pop back in place, and your reel's ready to go. So thank you for watching part 1, going through the Obalus Baitcaster reel, the 8-to-1, and yeah, it's a good looking reel, and they actually do perform really good. I've seen some comments where they say, you know, they're all fake reviews, but you know what? They're not fake reviews. They're the real deal. Obalus is just a small company. Started, I believe, in Texas. It was one guy's brainchild, and it's taken off pretty well. And there's a lot of happy people that use these reels. So happy fishermen and fishing women. So, but yeah, so come back for part 2. That'll be setting up your baitcaster reel. And yes, I'm going off a little script here too. It'll be setting up your baitcaster reel for the first time use. And then part 3 is going to be adjusting the braking system for anti-backlash. Step 4, I'm going to teach you how my techniques for casting. And I keep it basic, nothing crazy, so you can all learn. And it's the way I do it. You're going to hear 1,000 other people say they do it differently, but to each his own. You do what's comfortable for you and what works best for you. So, and then step 5 would be retrieving and handling fish on your baitcaster reel. And if you see, look back at my videos, there's a video called Lake on Alaska. Catch 2 pike in that video that are really good size. One was 35. We didn't get an accurate measurement, for 35 or 36 inches. The other one was closer to like 32 inches. And they're both on the Obalus reel. So, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy your new reel.
I wasn't in with the in crowd, just a number in a small town. You know that hip popularity list? Well, I was like way down. Didn't dress to impress it, didn't know to address it. And ain't much had changed since those high school days till you walked in. Baby, when you fell for me, I was like a new guy on the scene. Cause with you on my arm, it's like I'm strutting down the halls like a baller. Everybody's gonna stare, so I'm standing up a little bit taller. You made that double take on the face star of the show.
And it's also on the swim jig.